actually works out really, really well. So that's something that Woohoo might fancy picking up here. And besides, Galio has really good synergy with the Zeri anyway.
Morgana is this time gonna be banned away by Nova Esports. Interesting bans actually coming through from in transitioning from game 1 to game 2. Now the question is, what is going to be picked up here by Woohoo Gaming? It's a question as well that is boggling our minds right now, because no mid lane champion has been used as yet, unless this Zed is gonna go towards a mid lane, which kind of makes sense given the ban of the Ziggs. Are they gonna be picking up a double ADC here? I think it's going to be quite effective, but risky as well, simply because there is an Evelyn.
Ooh, we're locked out here. Bit of denial potential and that initiation. Vladimir is still available for both sides, so it's something that we locked up here for Nova.
Ooh.
But they're gonna be picking up the Jace. That makes sense. They are preemptively counter picking the Vladimir. So now Woohoo have to try and pick something else, which is exactly what they're gonna do here. They're not gonna go for the Vladimir route.
Oh! Oh!
I wonder what it is. Is it gonna be the Lux?
Yes!
Oh!
Yes! Just lock it in. We saw it yesterday. It was so fun being seen on the match of Server Esports in G2 Blacklist. And man, we're gonna be seeing it today as well. Zyra lock-in potentially for either Sunny or Pan. If it's going to be on the hands of Pan, most likely there is just going to be a swap of lanes for them. Pan is gonna be the one in the mid lane to match up against the Jace. And this is going to be so exciting because the Stranglethorns are just so effective as well in like preventing those engages from actually happening from the side of Nova Esports. And it's also quite irritating to see the Platzes constantly poking you out.
The thing is, I'm not sure if this is a planned out approach for Woohoo Gaming. I mean, if you could see from their bans, they were actively looking to pick up that Vladimir. They banned away the Zoe, they banned away the Yasuo, and they picked up Galio as well to complement that Vladimir and that Rengar combo. So they were really building up for the Vlad pickup. And now that Jace was locked on out for Nova, they couldn't pick up Vlad anymore because it's a very risky lane going up against a Jace as a Vladimir. So it might be one of those possibilities where Woohoo had to scramble for a champion to pick here and just locked up the most comfortable one that they can on the Zyra. And while I'm not necessarily opposed to that idea, I am a little bit worried here for Woohoo Gaming if they have enough damage going on here for the late game. Because that Vladimir would have fit the bill really, really well. But the Zyra has arguably not as much damage as the Vlad.
Let's see if this is going to be effective, of course. Woohoo Gaming definitely showing how great at adaptation they actually can be. And interestingly so, we are actually going to be seeing the Zeri into the mid lane by Sunny, and Pan actually just going to be sitting in the bottom lane with the Zeri.
And the problem with Sunny Zyra, still vulnerable to those all-ins from the Jace, right? So still has to play very, very safe. I mean, you have a Rengar that really needs a lot of lane priority to be able to gank. That's going to pose a big problem here for Woohoo, creating that mid control. It's going to call upon a lot of that rotation from the bottom side, which might not be the easiest thing to do against an Alistar Sivir combo. It has a ton of poke, a ton of all-in potential as well. So the bottom part of the map here is arguably in favor of Nova Esports until maybe perhaps that level 5 mark or even further. But yeah, that's the problem that you run into when you have that ADC in the mid lane. And that leaves a lot of gank potential towards the top side. Rocky has to be really, really careful in this early game.
At least for the first few minutes, this is going to be quite challenging for the Fiora, but also depends on how Rocky's going to be performing against Yetze. Of course, there is still some counter ability from the Fiora against the Redick, especially if you're going to be able to parry on the Ruthless Predator. Sunny getting bullied a lot here in the mid lane is going to be quite crucial for them, but here comes the rotation. Great headbutt though coming in from Yami. Just stop the engage right there, but is taking quite too much damage. Flash going to be invested by Wake Up and pin him down, but the punishment is going to be there from Neon. Fortunately though, there is no mana on this Jace, and nobody is going to be taken down just yet.
Yeah, Woohoo Gaming, they turned the tide around. I was saying how Sunny going to be under a lot of pressure. Neon shock blasts. Denies that recall. Wake up 1 HP. Could be dove here by Long.
Will they spot him out?
Oh,
Looks
they
like
don't.
They do. And Long just gonna be continuing the assault there, since he did spot out Sunny as well, going towards the mid lane. It would have been so risky. He is level 5 already, so last Kara should be available already as well.
Yeah, I don't think they saw him. I think if they did, that's a full-on commit and a half there for Long, but decided not to. Unfortunately, wasn't able to. Now we are getting closer and closer towards the first objectives. It is going to be the Mountain Dragon for starters here for both sides. So far, not a lot of action. I mean, the bottom side of the map here is going to be predominantly controlled by Nova Esports for now. Unless Woohoo decide to go for another quick rotate like they did earlier. I don't think realistically there's going to be another gank towards the bottom side here. So I would expect Nova Esports to prioritize this dragon. Or actually have liberty of prioritizing whatever they want. It could be a dragon, could be a Rift Herald. But for now, I think it is going to have to be Cesari playing really safe on that middle side. Rocky, a little bit of an XP advantage against UT, keeping the proc at bay here at the Baron lane.
It's Fiora things, you know?
Yeah.
This can be quite challenging for Yitze, especially that he is on a big pressure right now to not only manage his lane, but also serve really well in the front line later on, because their Evelyn is just going to be trying to get a good angle onto the team fight. Kereman is going to be spotted under a ward, and Yitze has information that their jungler is there. The Nova Esports is going to cancel out the rotation as well, but we do see Long just lingering in the area just in case that we see Kereman go towards the top side again and try to gank Yitze. However, still, we do see Nova Esports actually being the one being more efficient in the gold earning.
Tell you, Gigi, have you ever heard of the snack called?
So what?
Similarly sounding to Carry Man. Making me hungry. It sounds similar to Carry Man. It's making me hungry right now. But here we go. It seems like Wake Up's gonna look for something here.
Don't make me hungry! So, immediate delivery right there. Laskara's gonna be immediately responded. However, Kenem is still gonna be able to pin him down. Yitze gonna be next. And he has no escape avenues this time around. But Yami actually gonna be helping him out. Great use of the Strangle Thorn to knock someone up. However, Yami's still gonna be continuing. No damage can be felt though by Woohoo Gaming. They're just gonna be able to exit away unscathed. First blood secured by Woohoo Gaming.
Yeah, Nova doesn't have enough damage to deal and shut down anyone yet. Yitze looking for the hunt slice. No dice. That's gonna be the Rift Herald spawning up as well. First dragon up. And that could not have gone a more awkward timing here for Woohoo, because they were just the fight just ended now. Nova has first jump on the Rift Herald.
Will they be able to finish it though? Rocket's gonna be in the vicinity already. Kerman is also there attempting to get the steal. Will it be consumed? It is gonna be made by Long as well. Kerman is already low, has to disengage. There is the boomerang and the flash as well, gonna be invested by Remy to try and pin him down. Wake Up as well, gonna be the next target here of Nova Esports. Cannot escape anymore. Shock Blast did not connect, but Remake alongside with Yitze is just gonna be securing the kill. This time they bounce back on their health as well, and on their way towards the dragon.
On Shelly in the middle side for a little bit more pressure as Long starts up this Mountain Dragon. Really well played here by Nova. Like I said earlier, that fight timing could not be more awkward for Woohoo Gaming, because they lose out on the Rift Herald timing, meaning that they couldn't contest it and they couldn't start Dragon as well. They really have no recourse apart from trying to contest the Rift Herald. Let's take a look at what happened there one more time. After Long secures his Rift Herald, actually before even the fight begins, they're gonna start the execution, and you can see that there's not enough damage going on for Nova, because even Carryman barely goes down there after the flash forward from Remake. But then Woohoo Gaming just run off to the hills. There's not really nothing to go by here, as the Dragon and the Rift Herald both secured by Nova Esports.
Yeah, they had no reason to stay there or actually commit into the fight. They already lost one member, and they lost objective already. And all those series of mistakes of Woohoo Gaming led to Nova Esports getting 2 kills and 2 objectives. That is a massive transition towards their lead this time around. However, still not enough for Yitze to actually win against Rocky. He has to pay a lot of respect towards his Fiora. especially that as the game goes by, this Fiora becomes more and more unstoppable.
Yeah. It's almost as good as you can get in terms of first couple of objectives, right? Get a couple of kills, and both of them. Nova off to a wonderful start. I think they're going to go for a dive here against Wake Up.
Let's see if it's going to be successful. Wake Up is all alone so far, actually doing tremendous work in defending this tower and preventing one more plate from being secured here by Nova Esports.
A little start here for Woohoo Gaming. Definitely not the start that they want. But, Kariman's Rengar hasn't been working out yet. He is looking for an avenue. Now they're going for gank on top side. Rocky all alone.
Long actually first one to arrive in the top lane, and it has made a whole difference here in the intention of Woohoo Gaming. They are now attempting to at least defend this top side tower. Mimic and Yitze helping out, secure at least the wave prio in the top lane as well. Carryman unsuccessful in the gank. And Nova Esports being more proactive is actually getting more and more leverage as the game goes by.
They have a ton of vision as well on the red side jungle here. Woohoo Gaming all getting cornered into that single bush. A lot of tension here, but I don't think Nova are going to full commit yet. They do have the liberty of map control for now. They have WHG splitting up and Long towards the middle side as well. Having free reign, can take any jungle camp that he wants, and this tower I think is going to be untranslated. Oh, wow. Wait, Long just went down. They find him.
And this time Nova Esports is mad. Actually, Flash invested there by Yami, but already too late. Plus, Remake didn't want to commit there. Great reaction time coming through from Rocky as well to just able to be safe. And yeah, just bad spot at the worst time as well.
Yeah, Carryman just spots out Long there. Doesn't have enough vision on that bottom side. I mean, perhaps that top side vision gave him a false sense of security. But they do take a tower for trade, so at the end of the day, it's not for naught here, as Nova does take one of the outer towers here of Woohoo Gaming. Still are pretty much ahead in terms of gold. Rocky, a little bit of attention being given to him by Yami. But so far, you could just see Woohoo trying to avoid these fights, right? I mean, we did see Long going down there because Gareman was able to weed him out. But in terms of team fights, oh, they're looking for one.
Confidence actually by Rocky. He's all alone. Finally, Carryman is going to be helping him out. Here's Entrance going to be invested as well. Yami just going to be using the Protopel to escape. Nova Esports unscathed there. Actually giving leverage towards Yitze to start split pushing in the bottom lane.
I'm still going to go for something here. Woohoo have enough resources to go for a dive potentially. But nope, it is just Nova out macroing Woohoo for now. They do have a couple of split pushing champ that are able to do this. And that's exactly what they're doing. I mean, either it's Yitze or someone else on their team that can get split pushes. Because they are a little bit ahead, 4,000 now. And Neon doing a pretty good job of keeping the enemy bot lane at bay.
4,000 gold lead by Nova Esports. Not really too much, but it is enough for them to have the confidence to make these kinds of movements right now in the map, right, Tatum? And Woohoo Gaming has no answers so far. They have to start getting answers here against Nova Esports. Dragon gonna be spawning up and Woohoo Gaming has to contest.
Here we go. Long is first to the scene. They're getting started up already. Carryman activates Thrill of the Hunt, but the team's just not close enough yet. 30,000 HP and counting. Woohoo has to do something here, but they're just backing off.
They can't do anything. I mean, this Rengar is starting to not be a great pick compared to the Kha'Zix that he has acquired a while ago. And this time, we're seeing more and more things being secured here by Nova Esports uncontested. Winning more and more. 2 Dragon Stacks, Soul Point already. Still, the gold lead is rising up. It's a bit of a nightmare right now for Woohoo Gaming.
And this is the problem that you run into when you pick up a Rengar, right? He's an all-or-nothing kind of champ where he just goes all in or he just goes nothing, right? There's nothing you can do if you don't go in as a Rengar. And when you're not that far ahead, there's not much you can do at all. Especially against a team that like Nova that recognizes this fact and recognizes how to place against the Rengar. Even though Long is arguably behind him right now, in terms of items at least, he still is able to find more impact because his team is right at his behind, right at his back.
And Neon practically secured like 3 towers already, all by himself. Split push is top notch on the side of Nova Esports right now. 9,600 on Neon, 9,500 on Long. Pretty much very far ahead against their counterpart pros as well on the side of Woohoo Gaming. And we don't see any proactivity anymore on the side of Woohoo Gaming. They have to start setting fights up through the Rengar, through the Fiora. No split pushes are being made just yet by Rocky, and it's going to be more and more problematic here and now.
And Nova actually played really, really well in a macro sense of things to get to this point. They know that the only champion on the Woohoo Gaming squad that can potentially win 1v1s with duels against their split pushers is Rocky. And if you take a look at the gold graph earlier, Rocky is 2,000 gold behind Yitse. 2,000 gold behind.
That is a lot.
Remake, even behind Neon. And that is a huge amount when you try and pin them against each other, because even though Rocky has enough XP to get a little bit ahead, doesn't have enough items.
Neon is fully aware of their intention, immediately flashes out as he saw the thrill of the Hun. And now, they're going for the counter play. Pan gonna be in a bad spot this time around. Here's Entrance gonna be used to try and defend them as well. The ricochets are actually connecting massively on the side of Woohoo Gaming. Pan nearly gets killed as well. Nova Esports, again, just being more prepped for all of the fights.
Yeah. Really good job. They're recognizing the positions of Woohoo, denying that grand entrance on top of the... I believe that's a throw. The Hunt invested as well, if I'm not mistaken. That's 2 big ults used up. Rocky gonna have to go and try for the split push without his ulti. It's suboptimal here for Rocky, but doesn't really have much of a choice here to try and find a little bit more map control for Woohoo Gaming. 13-minute mark. Still a 4,000 gold lead here for Nova. And the objectives are just piling up here for the Nova Esports squad. The gold lead is starting to balloon as well. And it's starting to feel more and more cramped here for Woohoo Gaming. What can they do at this point here, BD? I'm not sure.
I mean, one of the things is something that we have mentioned quite a lot of times already, right? You have to play through the skirmishes. They have to start split pushing. But at this point, I think it's already too late. You mentioned a while ago that Yitse is very far ahead against Rocky already.
Yeah.
There's a 2,000 going towards 3,000 right now as the time goes by. And it's not really a good position to be as a Fiora right now to start split pushing when the Renekton can actually run you down at this point. Plus, there's no hull breaker on this Fiora. It's a damage type or sustain type build. Let's see if it's going to be working this time around. Yitse just slicing dice away from him and actually left a bigger dent on his HP.
Yeah, exactly. Trade even went in favor there of the Croc. So, it's really, really rough to be really Rocky right now. 30 seconds until the next dragon spawns up. Woohoo Gaming definitely don't want to give it away, but here comes the charm.
Just some damage towards Wake Up. Nova Esports showing their fangs, and Woohoo Gaming showing respect, but also showing some fear that they're feeling right now against Nova Esports and every sort of commitment for a fight. And right now, this is more pressure because this is potentially Seoul being acquired by Nova Esports. If they ditch this fight, they're kind of ditching this game. They have to fight right now. And Nova Esports is loving every single bit of this scenario right now of Woohoo Gaming. They have to fight. Shockwave gonna be connecting, Wake Up going in, but unable to land the shield run onto everyone inside of Nova Esports. Dragon gonna be secured here still. Not actually going towards Woohoo Gaming, and Kerryman immediately blown apart. Stanley gonna be going through, headbutt away, just giving him into a bad position. Nova Esports has to disengage though. It says still in a bad spot. Rocky actually taking too much damage. 4 members still intact from Woohoo Gaming.
Low.
Actually low HP. Nova Esports as well. I think they have to reset to shake their hands on it for now.
And that's the problem you run into when you have a Rengar jungle. You go in or you go out. And he went out there. Carryman unable to find anything. Dragon getting starting up. Wake Up is the only one here, GG. And Novar's taking down this Dragon.
Great body block coming in from Yami. The Dragon is going to be secured. Nova Esports had the better call in Woohoo Gaming. They're already too late for the fight. They try to interfere, but they cannot do anything now. Soul secured for Nova Esports.
And that is a huge objective to having given away. Woohoo Gaming, they're going to risk it. They're starting up the Baron, but do they have enough damage to take this down? Nova is right on their tail here, GG, but they don't have a clue. They don't know.
Yami is about to, though. Is this gonna be enough? Long as in the vicinity, can they actually get the steal? The answer is no. It's Kerem that gets it. And now Woohoo Gaming has to scramble. They cannot commit onto a fight. This is too bad here for Woohoo Gaming. Kerem gonna be caught up. Still is able to speed himself up. Neon in the vicinity. Shockblast gonna be connected onto Woohoo Gaming. Long as well gonna be spotted out. Fortunately, the plants are there to just cancel out the engage. Nova Esports unsuccessful in the steal, but they are now still the one pushing the tower.
Yeah, props to Woohoo Gaming though. That is a game-saving call for them, securing the Baron away from Nova Esports. Yeah, it buys them a lot of time. I mean, it is an 8,000 gold lead still in favor of Nova, but at least it's shrinking now because they took the Baron. A really, really good call here, and Nova had no clue that it was happening at all. They even got a kill here, which meant that they could potentially look to end or get the conversion of kills, but Woohoo Gaming knew better, and they ran for the hill. Woohoo Gaming, though, have the Baron for now. Let's see what they can do for it in the meantime. But if it was Nova that took this Baron, it could potentially game-ending. So, really good job for Woohoo recognizing that they could take the Baron, and they did.
This is a very useful buff, but only temporarily. Nova Esports has the permanent one. This is Soul that they have acquired. This is the most important Soul as well. I mean, this is going to help them so much in denying some of the burst potential here of Woohoo Game, because it is a Mountain Dragon Soul. However, Baron plus Elder Dragon, this might just be enough for Woohoo Gaming to start turning the tides around, and we cannot discount them at all just yet. Yami going in, still gonna be denied a little bit. Grand challenge onto him. Neon going towards the backside, catching out Kerriman, force to flash away. No re-engage coming through from Woohoo Gaming just yet. They are scrambling, they are disengaging. Ron's gonna be securing the Elder Dragon for them as well, giving them the utmost confidence to finally commit onto Woohoo Gaming. And Rocky just gonna be running away, trying to disengage, but will be denied as well as the Dragon Breath comes through. Nova Esports securing every kill here necessary for them to start taking control of this game and maybe just end this game.
Yeah, knew it. Neon doing an absolutely amazing job of keeping Carryman at bay. Now the field hunt activated, but it is the Nexus getting pummeled down, and Nova Esports even out the scoreline 1-1.
And this time it's a much more controlled pace by Nova Esports. No sign of comeback was made by Woohoo Gaming.